Dr. Haokip, your opening comments on tomorrow's all-party meeting and the sort of political consensus there is against separate administration, then I take the conversation to a different level.
Brijesh, I have this problem about many of the Manipuri politicians that there is quite unwillingness to engage with the problem. When there is a demand that there should be separate administration, then this unwillingness to engage with it itself is the problem. I have put out in this show that there are different types of, maybe there may be different forms of separate administration. I have put out four of them. First is sixth schedule, normal sixth schedule, which are functioning in Mizoram. And secondly, you have the territorial councils on the lines of borderland territorial councils, and you have the union territory as well as the separate state demand. So you have these four, kinds of separate administration that can be put out. And I think the unwillingness of many politicians in Manipur to engage with this demand itself is the problem. And they should, right now, at this juncture, they should be willing to engage with this demand and negotiate with it. That is the way forward. And what are they going to discuss tomorrow? That is my problem. After so many houses are razed to the ground, many properties are burned down and looted, and then thousands of arms have been stolen or given away, and that are being used to fight against another community. Why are we going to discuss PR right now? Of course, there is a possibility that PR could serve the state also. For instance, we can put the state assembly under suspended animation, and the center could rule for 2-3 months, and then when there is peace and order restored in the state, then the assembly could be revived, and then there could be a change of, for instance, head of government. So there are many options that can be put forward, but why do you take so much time, almost 2 months, to discuss in Delhi and to take into the opinions of the MLS? So that is my question. After so many people have been displaced, they are in relief camps. Many people have suffered. Houses are razed to the ground in Imphal, in More, in Churachandpur, in Kampopi districts. After all this suffering, why do you take so much time to discuss all these problems? So let me,
Dr. Haokip,
as
you
a
are basically
political
Dr.
person,
Haokip. Dr. Haokip, basically
yes,
you're saying that the government has taken wasted too much time.
of course, too much time. They could have done this in the second week itself. Whether there should be a PR and the assembly is imposed or placed under suspended animation. They should have discussed in the second week itself. And regarding the change of head of government also, they could have discussed on the first week of this month itself. These are not being taken proactively or taken on time. And after so much of destruction and the continuing sporadic violence on the foothills of Imphal Valley and Kampopi districts. These are continuing. And what have the administration taken on the ground right now? What about the arms, thousands of arms and ammunition looted or given away to civilians or supposed to be, radical groups? These are never discussed in the, that could affect the governance or the law and order situation. These are not discussed at all. And my most disappointment was this week when the Prime Minister of India discussed or talk about what is called Man Ki Baat. There was silence. It was the first time that I listened to Man Ki Baat, the 102nd version of this Man Ki Baat, and there was not even a single mention of violence in Manipur. That disappoints me a lot. Why should you only paint good things about India when Manipur is burning to the ground? You have to mention and to appeal in this Man Ki Baat. Of course, the people of Manipur has refused to listen because they already know that the Prime Minister will not utter a word about Manipur. So these are the problems we have with the central government. And I have already said many times that we never discuss about tribal autonomy because when the constitution was framed, the framers of the Indian constitution put forward that there should be a kind of tribal autonomy in Assam as well as in other parts of the Northeast. And all these states, either in Mizoram or in Tripura or in Meghalaya or in Assam, this tribal autonomy has been in place. And for the last 45 years, the hill people have been demanding this form of governance in Manipur, and this has not been properly discussed until now. These demands have grown up, and people are unwilling to come under the state administration now. This is the eventual outcome of this unwillingness to engage with the
Okay.
autonomy demands of the tribals.
Okay.
So we have to look into these demands. Even though it's 75 years of independence, people are still, wanting for proper roads in the hills of Manipur, proper water facilities, hospitals or clinics in district headquarters or in subdivision headquarters. What about schools and others facilities that are very much needed? For instance, in subdivision headquarters like Hinglip or in other places in the remote areas. So these are the problems that many of the people in the hill areas are facing, and we have not addressed. And then all these things can come. We have the problem of shifting cultivation. We have the problems of wild animal hunting. All these things can be controlled or addressed through these tribal councils. The Manipur state government can point out to the councils that there is a gross violation of certain acts. So address these
Okay.
problems.
Okay.
So give some autonomy to the kind of autonomy to given to other parts of the Northeast to these Manipur tribals. Then I think some kind of progress and some kind of trust can build. And right now we are unwilling to engage with this kind of demands that are come up. And I'm very upset that the MLS and the political parties are so much unwilling to engage with this separate administration demand. As I've told you, there can be four kinds of separate administration. It can be sixth schedule, or it can be territorial council within the state also. That we
Okay.
never, if we are unwilling to engage it, how can we solve it?